Hey guys, me again, imagine that. Like I said before, I'm filming like 6 of these in a row. But this is my third one, and the first one was 54 minutes, so I don't know how many of these I'm going to get done before we have to leave. And then I started before realizing that like I wasn't just sitting here planning. I was supposed to be doing something. So I'm going to use the monthly functional shenanigans bundle. And this was from August. So yay, from Beyond Paper Flowers, because it's sitting here on my desk. I love it, but also it's sitting here on my desk, and, it just makes it easier because I need to clean my desk. So what better way to clean than to use what's in front of me? So let's see here. Oh, I don't have the dates for that one. Okay. And I really like the blackout dates, but I don't have numbers. So we might just not use numbers instead of, like, I did have everyone, but except for the 6 for that. And I know I don't have any for this. And I don't know what the SKU number is on my sheet. So we're just going to roll. We're just going to roll with it. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. But this is the week of the 14th through the 20th, and I'm using my shop planner to kind of fill this in, because my shop planner has everything in it, including my home stuff. But I love using lots of stickers, and I love adding layering and everything. And so, and this is my, oh, I just knocked some stuff over, as you heard. This is my shop planner, and so I can't really show a lot of that because, one, it's a lot of handwriting. Oh my God, let me pick this up. Oh, that hurt. It's a lot of handwriting on it, but also sometimes it's got numbers, like sales numbers and stuff. So I like to keep that kind of stuff private. So anyways, so I'm using that as a reference to fill in all this stuff. So we are working on the 14th through the 20th of August. So I got up and stretched my legs a little bit, and went downstairs and spoke to Russell Wayne. He was outside throwing the ball for Willis, and I am so excited because so we had this praying mantis that lived on our screened in porch. He was on the outside, and I named him Manty the praying mantis. We had one at the house that Russ and I built, right after we first got married. We built a house in a beautiful neighborhood that, because this is when we were like, we, you know, kind of might want kids. So we were on the fence. So we built in a newer neighborhood. And it was a 2-story, like 2,600 square foot house, you know, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, because it was, we were thinking, you know, the kid thing. So we lived there for 8 years, but when we moved in, our new neighbors got us this beautiful mum on our front porch, and this praying mantis showed up on it and lived in it for like a month probably, and we named him Manty also. So seeing another praying mantis, I was like, yay. I'm gonna scoot this up some because it's a little bit close to the edge of the table and I keep hitting it with my stomach. So and I'm like writing down like this. So I'm going to move this up some because I need room to write too. And I'm shaking it all over the place. My bad. But yeah. So Manty showed up and he is rocking and rolling. I was so glad because he was here for a little while and then he dipped out and I was like, poop. So, but now he's back. Russ, we were outside throwing the ball and I came inside because it was time for Elvis's meds. I could hear my alarm going off on my phone and he popped the door open because he was outside finishing smoking. Gross. And he said, Manty's back. And I was like, what? So I like ran out there and there he was. Russ was like, he looks a little bigger. I was like, I think so too. So anyways, yay. I use this functional set in my hemlock and oak And I would love to show you guys, but I literally have no idea where that planner has gone, which is, oh wait, just kidding, found it. I lied. It was on top of my photo box because I had filmed a flip through of my August. Okay, I'm gonna raise this up because it turned out really cool. Wait, that's the monthlies. That was a practice. Here it is. Yay, it was Scooby-Doo. Ha, I loved it. It turned out so pretty. But our functional bundle is so big, I have more than enough to do a lot more. So I used the freebies from the month of August, which was like 4 like quarter sheets that had the full boxes and the layering pieces on them. So, and then I added a lot of the functional bundle, Shenanigans bundle in there. So yeah, that was that. Like, yeah, so this is another planner that I have been loving on also. This is the Hemlock and Oak. And I have really dug this one a lot. And it's kind of cool. So all the monthlies are at the beginning, and this is the A5 wide monthly from my shop. So it falls, so like this is the blank, so it falls a little bit short. So what I did was a splash and the monthly thing up there. So this is the A5. Oh, did I just do July? I thought I laid a June. Oh yeah, I did. I laid a June at the beginning, not realizing that all the monthlies were ahead. So this was my practice week. I was like, this is not, and then I really got into it. So, but yeah, so I really dig this one. I still am feeling out my sidebar on what to do. I really like this on what to do with my sidebar, but it's coming together. So I got to catch up. I'm going to do some plan with me's on the Hemlock and Oak too. So I do a lot of I have a lot of planners, but I really enjoy laying my stickers, and it's very relaxing for me. I bet you saw a lot of, I got my Eagles shirt on. Those were my boobs. So it's very relaxing and just fun. And the plan with me's I really liked. And then I got away from them because I let myself get too busy and I didn't make time for myself. So, I decided that I was going to change that, and get back into my plan with me. So I'm filming, oops. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. That was kind of crappy at the beginning. My phone wasn't pushed far enough down on my little holder. You were seeing the top of my phone holder. Anyways, rambling. Oh my gosh, 8 minutes in and I have barely laid any stickers. My first one was, you know what? Here we go. This is a good one. Dun, dun. There we go. Oh, that's part of, what is this one from? It might be a subscription. I hope it's not, I hope it's not from September's. I don't think it is. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know. Okay. Or it could be in the shop. I don't know. It doesn't have a number on it, which usually means a sub. I've got so much crap everywhere. In my last video, or my first video, I showed the horror that is my desk. Okay. Back to this. Let's build this up here. Let's roll with this down here. And we're gonna do a little layering. Okay. And I'm gonna grab one of these again. Anyways, let's do this one. Do not settle, except you can't see the orange. Oh, there you go. Now you can't. Oh, look. You can't see the orange? Then we're gonna do this. Switch it to the other side. But yeah, that Hemlock and Oak, I've always loved a hardbound planner. But when I first started planning, I couldn't find one that I liked. And then I fell in love with a coil because you can, flip it back and forth like this. And then I was like, B6 was always my jam. And then I needed to get a little bigger. And then I fell in love with the Panichi from Penny Pages, because it allows me to really like lay out my columns and go across in a vertical almost. So I don't know, you know, I feel like you can use 10 planners, you can use one planner, whatever makes your heart happy, you do you. So if you have 7 planners and only use one, or you decorate all 7 and don't use any, who gives a shit? So that's how I feel. That's my little TED talk. You're welcome. Okay, back to this. All right, so I need something to go in there, but we'll worry about that later. All right, let me move this one, and we've already got some of that down. So let's start. Let's just jump right in. I'm going to use a black pen this time. Anyways, oh yeah, so let's go back to Manti. So I was happy to see him. John. Made my heart happy. But yeah, we moved from the other house because Russ and I were like, yeah, this kid thing is not for us. So let's ixnay on that one. Oh, that's what I normally do. Let's do this. Where are the big Post-it notes? I usually have full boxes that I go back and forth with. I was like, why is there so much room up here? So we're gonna do, let's do this. And I am gonna do, snark in them. There we go. Anyways, when we decided, we were like, this might not be for us. Then we were tired of all the HOA drama and the other nonsense. And then the house was way too big for both of us. I mean, it was just the two of us. And like, I was always downstairs in the living room, and Russ was always upstairs in the loft, because that was kind of like his man room or whatever. So, I mean, and we were just wasting all this space, and we were like, we need to downsize. And Russ was like, I really want to find a house with some land. And I was like, ooh, me too. Like, let's get the hell out of Dodge. So we booked it, and we found the house that we're in now, which we went from 2,600 square feet to 1,700 square feet. But that includes upstairs my office, which is like 300 square feet. So our house is actually like 1,400 square feet downstairs. So we really downsized, which was the size of the house when we first got married that I had already lived in, that I had bought before I met him. So that was kind of weird, that we went that much smaller. But then at the same time, I mean, it's just the two of us, and we wanted more land for the dogs. At the time, so I'm gonna do this instead. I had one dog, I should have reversed those, my whole, 16 years, Daisy, and she passed away, and we rescued Zoe, and then we foster failed Elvis, so we had 2, and then I was like, I don't ever want to be alone again. So we had 2 dogs, but then Zoe passed away. We had to put her down because she ended up having a huge tumor in her chest that was pushing up on her lungs. And she was 10 at the time. We rescued her when she was 9. And she was a boxer. And so it was one of those things where she was too old for anesthesia, and our vet was like, boxers are notorious for tumors and cancer. And she was like, we could do a biopsy, but that would cost a couple thousand, very much like Sadie, where, it could cost thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's not like we can remove it because it'll come back. She won't survive the surgery. So we went back down to 1 dog, and Elvis, we put Zoe down, and then the house sold, and we moved into this house. And while the house was smaller, then we were back down to 1 dog. And I was like, I don't ever want 1 dog. And we have over an acre of land and it's fenced in, and it was just like, this is so much room. So we saw Sadie's picture on the site that we rescued Zoe from and Elvis from, or fosterfelled Elvis from. We were like, okay, this was meant to be. She was 5 or 6. No one really knew because she was a street thug when she was rescued. That's what I always told her. She's a gangsta. And let's see here. I had some Chewy stickers. Here we go. Ooh, and these are clear. So, oops, that was my napkin from my pen leaking on the other video, the first video. What was I gonna say? I had pill pockets. So we rescued her, and Elvis was smitten because Zoe was all, and then the dental sticks. Zoe was all he knew, and he loved her so much because we foster-failed Elvis. He was 10 weeks old when we foster-failed him. So, I don't want to cover up the orange. So what was I going to say? No. I feel like I need something right there, but what is that? Less is more sometimes. Anyways, he was smitten with Zoe from the beginning. Then we were asked about Willis before we got Zoe and before we moved. And this woman and her husband that lived in our neighborhood, Russ went to high school with her. She knew us. We would talk to her when we walked Zoe and Elvis, and she was like, we can't keep this dog. Like, he's too much. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to decide what color that I want to do next. Let's do some orange. And Russ was like, of course, like, yeah, we'll take him. Because him and Elvis got along when we would walk them or whatever, and Zoe loved him, and she was like, well, we got him from a breeder, so we would want, $300, blah, blah, blah. And Russ was like, we don't pay for dogs, we rescue them. So, let me know. And she was like, yeah, we just want to recoup some of our money. And anyways, they were not kind to Willis as far as taking care of him. He was in a kennel for like 20 out of 24 hours a day. They did not play with him. He was a 6-month-old lab. And if you've ever rescued or if you've ever had a lab, you know that those dogs are hyperactive. They need lots of attention. You cannot just stick them in a kennel. He had an ear infection so badly because he had severe allergies that our vet thought that he was going to be deaf because his eardrum was so eaten by this infection. He had bald patches everywhere and red hives because they didn't want to take the time to try different foods to see which ones would work. They just wanted a pill to make it better, but the pills were $50 a month, and she was like, that's too expensive, blah, blah. I mean, this woman is dead to me. They were like, he takes all the food off the counters, blah, blah, blah. But when we went to her house with the rescue, because our rescue was like, we're going to take him so that she can't come back and say, y'all took her dog. So it was all proper with paperwork. And when Willis wasn't fixed, so they were going to get him fixed. And then that way, because we had just gotten Sadie, because what she did was she had messaged Russ and was like, we just need to get rid of this dog. We just need to get rid of this dog. And so she's like, you can have him. And we had literally just gotten Sadie 2 weeks prior and was like, okay, we cannot introduce a dog right away. Like, Sadie and Elvis are still getting used to each other. So that's where Brittany and the rescue stepped in and was like, look, we'll take him. And Brittany had him for a couple weeks, and she was like, oh my God, I want to keep him. But we got him on the same food we were feeding Elvis and Zoe and Sadie, and his skin cleared up immediately. He takes Apoquel now because he has bad allergies in general, because he's a lab, but he doesn't have, his fur is nice and thick. He doesn't scratch. He, like himself, bald or anything. He doesn't chew on himself anymore. And it was literally like 2 weeks that we were giving him this food, and he was already starting improving. Because we were taking him to the vet like every month to check up on him, because like it was so miserable. Felt so bad for him. But now, of course, here we are. Willis was 6 months when we rescued him, and now he's 6 years old. So but yeah, so that's how we ended up with Willis. But yeah, I was like, you want to talk about wanting to kill a mofo? That would have been me. Yeah, like if $50 is too much, I get it. That's fine. Like, I get it. You know, I mean, everybody has their budget. But when you are just blatantly not taking care of the dog. But anyways, we went over to her house, and there was like food all over the tables and all over the counter, because they had 3 kids, which I can't even imagine. But there was like leftover sandwiches and chips and cat treats on the counter, or cat food on the counter, and dog bones. And I'm like, this is why he's jumping up on the counter, because you are tempting him. I mean, oh my God. So anyways, needless to say, we have Willis now, and we've had Willis. And 6 months after we got Willis, they got another dog. I was like, oh, I cannot. I literally cannot with that. So, but yeah. Anyways, that was a tangent of some shit that I don't even know where I started at. And then I've told the story plenty of times of how I got Keebler, which I had gone out to lunch with my boss, and we had had wine at lunch, and someone tagged me in a post saying that they needed to rehome Keebler because they didn't have a fenced-in yard. They had 3 young boys. Keebler was very active because he's a husky lab mix, and he had a lot of separation anxiety, and they were having to walk him like 4 and 5 times a day. And the wife worked from home, so that wasn't a problem, but her 2 oldest boys played baseball, and so they were always away at baseball games, and they felt so bad that they couldn't give him the attention that he needed, and they didn't have a fenced-in yard, and they couldn't afford to put one up, and they just felt so bad. So they were like, we want him to go to a good home. And so Willis needed a buddy, because Elvis has always been a grumpy old man because of all of his medical issues. And then Sadie wasn't playing with Willis because she was 6, and she had RBF from the day we got her. And so she was like, fuck you, I'm not playing with you. And so Elvis would play with him sometimes, but so I was like, oh, this would be perfect for Keebler or for Willis to have a buddy. And well, yeah, so that's how we ended up with Keebler. Was I was intoxicated, and I was like, oh my God, we'll take him. And Russ came home from work. Because I had a nice buzz. Russ came home from work and was like, whose dog is this? I was like, what dog? He's like, this dog? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, Stephanie Ray, where did this damn dog come from? And I was like, he goes, this is our dog, isn't it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh my God. So needless to say, that's how we ended up with Keebler. Oh my gosh, I saw this and I was like, ooh, this sampler, let me do that. So, yep. Anyways, so, and now we got Keebler at 6 months also. Willis was almost a year when we got Keebler. So though Keebler is 5, Willis is 6, and Elvis is 7. And yeah, so that's how we live our life. Oh, this is perfect. But yeah. Anyways. Okay. That was Wednesday. Oh, excuse me. Let's do some purple. Yeah, I got a lot more of these. So, but yeah, I was determined never to have any, never to have one dog only. So now we had 4, and then of course, when we had to say goodbye to Sadie, I immediately was ready. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna rescue another one, because that's how you really honor the memory of your pet, is by bringing another one into your home, someone that needs a home. But Russ and I were like, 4 was a lot between vet bills and just in the house in general. So Elvis will be next because of all of his medical issues. He probably will not live as long as he should. But then we'll be 2 for a while, and we'll never have more than 2, because we can travel with 2, as far as like going down to Somerville for my parents' house and my sister and stuff. It's a lot easier for us to travel with 2 versus 4 or 3. So, yeah, but Willis and Keebler are so young and healthy, so we'll have them for a very long time. But yeah, I wish that I had a bigger house now, because I would want more, but because our house is on the smaller side, it is quite crowded. As far as like when my parents come to visit and we had 4, it was a little bit of a shit show. With everybody in the house. So, but it's all good. They love dogs too, so it is what it is. They didn't care either. Let's do a little bit of layer. What else have we got? This is, what day am I on? Wednesday. Oh. Let's do but yeah, so that is how the story of, I would say, the Brady Bunch, the Bance Bunch, and how everybody came to our house. But I miss Sadie all the time. For some reason, last night, it hit me really hard, and I was crying when I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep. I don't know. I just missed her goofy little, like when she would run, because she was a Treeing Walker Coonhound. She had like floppy ears, and they would just bounce up and down, and she would smile as she came trotting up to you. And I just could not get that image out of my head last night, and I was crying like as I was falling asleep. So yeah, it was, I was just having a rough night last night. Let's see here. But I miss that chick a lot. Wednesday, yep. Another dentist appointment. I had dentist appointments hooked up last week, or yeah, because August was the month of the dentist. Am I recording? Yeah. Oh my God. For the second, I just had like this horrible thought that I was not recording, and I was going to be like, fuck my life. I'm done for the day. This is my 3rd video. I'm not doing anymore. Oh, all right. Well, and I'm just getting back. I know I've got more dentist appointments, because when I picked up the last one, I had another one right below it. I haven't done this in so long. There it is. That I feel out of sorts, and like I just keep rambling about stuff, and nothing is making any sense. And this was my root canal. I used purple on my last 2 spreads. All right. know, this sticker obviously was rode hard and put up wet. It's got a little damage on it. All right, and oh, I don't want to do clear because we did white on the other two. And what is this one from? Oh, this is last month's subscription. Yeah, okay, so I can use some of these because everybody's already got something. Let's say, oh, this one is perfect because after that root canal, I did not care. I was all numb. Okay. Thursday. Oh, wow. Look at my to-do list on Thursday, and I got almost everything done except for that I highlighted. Oh, nice. I am proud of myself. I must have not high because he just told me to take ibuprofen, and oh, let's do this. Just do the fucking things. That's apparently what I did that day. Booyah. All right, so let's get one of these big squares. Here we go. We're gonna do dark purple. Actually, I'm gonna do green. Let's do green. And I'm gonna put one of the 5,000 work stickers that I cut for myself one day. I don't know why I did that, but it is what it is. Yep. All right. And I'm gonna do this so I don't. And I did. I mean, I must have really been on the ball. I probably took one of my Adderalls. I hate taking those things, but sometimes I will. I took Adderall for over 15 years, and when I started working from home, I stopped because I found myself being so focused. I would focus on other stuff that was not work stuff. Like I would go clean out my closet for 8 hours. Instead of, working for 8 hours. So, and I found that if I make a list and put it right next to me, then it works just as good because I have something that I need to check off on. And then I also set a timer for my tasks. So that way I don't get too off course. So because I could spend all day designing and I might have orders that I need to print and cut. So I definitely use, that's when that kind of stuff really comes in handy for me. Okay, I have, let's see here. God, I have got to clean this shit up so bad on my desk. Not that. I'm looking for, not these. Nope. Let's see if I just pick them all up. Hopefully, nope. except I'm not finding them. I wanted to do this, the one that's upside down. Excellent. All right. And let's see here. I have no idea what I'm gonna put there. Oh, ooh, I know. Where is, yeah, since I just nailed that, here we go. Was that all that? Yep. I'm gonna do one of these daisy. Oops, I dropped her. Ah, come back to me. She's not straight. Ooh, I'm blinded by the light. Okay, let's see here. Ta-da! All right. Winning. Yay. Oops, sorry. Yikes. My bad. Okay. Awesome. Look at me. Yeah. All right. Friday. Let's see here. We need a snark. And I had, oh, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Got it. Alrighty. Okay. Friday. Let's do this. Ta-da. We did orange, this. We haven't done any dark purple. Let's do some dark purple. We're gonna do new releases dropped that day. And that was at 10 a.m. per usual. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty. And oh, I am almost done with these. And then oh, that reminds me, I gotta do albums for the Planner Boss Collective sale. Thanks. Ouch. What can I need to put something in between there? Oh, let's do another scallop. That sounds about right. All right, sorry, had to make sure it was straight. And caught myself. I can just hear y'all being like, wrong color pen again. Facebook posts. Gotta stay up on social media. In the groups. If you were a little sheet of squares, there you are. I swear, after I get done, I say this. I am so cleaning up this desk. We all know I'm not, because I'll be over this. because I'm making a bigger mess than when I first started. I should have cleaned it before I started. I said I was gonna clean it before I started, and I did not clean it before I started. All right, and we're gonna leave that like that. So here we go. This one's getting pretty long too. I'm sorry, guys. Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna film it myself so I don't drag this out with you guys. Because I don't know about y'all, but a lengthy plan with me, I usually get bored and switch it off, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So, and this is all back planning anyway, so I will go back and show you guys the finished process as I keep going in my videos. But this is what the week turned out for me Thursday. Like, I did the damn things. So, all right, you guys have a good one, and I will chat with you later.